Raw data is no longer a byproduct of academic publication. The tri-agency policy mandates it be treated as a primary, first-class research output. This shift means researchers must now include formal data management plans as part of select federal grant applications. Eventually, all digital research data, metadata, and code resulting from these grants must be deposited into a recognized digital repository. This isn't just a suggestion. Administrative compliance is now a prerequisite for maintaining federal grant funding eligibility. To meet these requirements, you need to integrate data stewardship into your workflow early on. Trying to find a repository at the end of a project often leads to technical and administrative delays. Canadian researchers primarily rely on two nationally supported repositories, Borealis and the Federated Research Data Repository, or FRDR. Borealis and FRDR serve distinct roles. Borealis is managed through local university libraries for standard-sized data, while FRDR provides the national-scale infrastructure for massive datasets. These platforms operate on different architectural models to ensure that both individual lab results and petabyte-scale instrumentation have a secure home. Choosing the wrong platform can result in system timeouts during upload, or even ethical protocol violations regarding sensitive data. Effective data management requires you to evaluate the size and complexity and sensitivity of your files before you start the deposit process. Borealis is designed for the long tail of research, the small to medium datasets typical of most individual faculty projects. Most research projects fall into this lower left quadrant. Borealis supports this volume. File sizes cap at 5 gigabytes, with a maximum of 1,000 files. If you attempt to push larger files through a browser-based upload, the system will likely time out and fail. FRDR exists to catch the workloads that break standard repositories. Built as a national, high-capacity infrastructure for big data, every researcher starts with a subsidized 1 terabyte baseline allocation. This capacity can be extended to accommodate multi-terabyte projects. To manage this volume, FRDR integrates with Globus file transfer. Globus uses a grid computing protocol to allow high-speed parallel transfers. It can move massive directories directly from your compute cluster into FRDR without browser errors. Using FRDR also avoids the significant costs associated with commercial cloud storage, particularly the high fees charged when other researchers download your data. The trade-off is technical. You move away from a simple web upload to use an industrial-scale transfer grid. Beyond file size, you must consider the timeline for curation. Borealis uses a decentralized model where your local university librarians review your files. This localized setup often allows for self-deposit. You can publish your data and receive a DOI almost immediately. FRDR uses a centralized workflow managed by the Digital Research Alliance of Canada. All submissions enter a review queue. A professional curator verifies your metadata and formats, a process taking 2 to 5 business days. While this ensures your data meets a high national standard, you cannot use FRDR for instant last-minute publication. You must build this review period into your project plan. Researchers sometimes worry that using a local Borealis collection might make their data less visible than using a national repository. This is solved by Lunaris, a discovery platform that searches across more than 100 Canadian repositories. Lunaris automatically harvests metadata from both Borealis and FRDR, bringing all records into a single search index. It also features cross-language retrieval. An English search can find relevant datasets even if the metadata was written in French. Whether you use a local Borealis collection or the national FRDR infrastructure, your data remains equally visible to the global research community. Data involving human participants, health records, or indigenous knowledge requires a different level of security. Currently, both Borealis and FRDR are primarily open access platforms. They are not configured to store highly restricted or identifiable information. Borealis offers file-level embargoes and guestbooks for tracking downloads, but the researcher remains responsible for ensuring the data is de-identified. To address this, FRDR is developing a controlled access management system. This will use zero-knowledge encryption to secure data locally on your computer before it is ever sent to the server. Until these encrypted workflows are fully operational, you must de-identify all participant data and consult your research ethics board before any transfer. This decision framework helps you match your data to the right platform. It starts with the technical requirements of your files. If you are working with survey results or standard spreadsheets, and your total project is under 1 terabyte, you are a standard optimizer. Borealis is your best fit. You get localized support from your university librarians and can publish your data quickly. If your project generates massive directory structures from advanced computing clusters or lab instruments, you are a scale architect. In this case, choose FDRR. You'll need the subsidized national storage and high-speed transfer protocols to move your data safely. Avoiding technical delays requires matching your file sizes, curation needs, and sensitivity levels to the platform built for that specific weight class. Borealis and FRDR fill complementary roles. Together, they ensure that every type of Canadian research has a stable and cost-effective home. As tools like encrypted sharing for sensitive data move toward production, institutional policies will need to evolve to support these new pathways. Using this dual-pillar system correctly allows you to meet federal requirements while keeping your research data discoverable and reusable for future inquiry.